So welcome to SuperSCADA's training video on users and access and so on. Now there are at the moment two separate places where you have to define a user. First is the Odoo, as we're showing here, and secondly there's the graphics and SuperSCADA side of things, which is on here. So at the moment, over on the top right hand corner, you can see that Ian is logged in, and if I go down to the bottom left, settings, and you can manage users here, but because Ian is only a standard user, he can only modify himself here, and he goes on to this little pen to be able to change the password. So to be able to change and create a new password, you've got to log out or disconnect. So if I log in, I click on this here, and the username, so I've got an example of Fred W, who's got access rights, and the password's very simple. If I click on here, you'll see what the password is, 123, connect. So now connected to Mill Farm Foods, and now if I go to settings, there's many more things I can set up here. So if I manage the users, so I click here, now this is a list of all of the users on the system. So I can add a user, and let's call this user Peter W, and we'll create a very simple password, 123. So if I go there, you can see it's 123. Confirm it again, 123. Now the roles that Peter W can have: this super admin, configuration, accounts, maintenance, super user, standard user. So if it's just a standard user, I click on the standard user, and then the status, I make it valid and save. So now I've created a new user, Peter W. So if I log out or disconnect and log back in, here I can log in as Peter W. Password is 123. Just show you what the password is. Connect, and now it's connected to Mill Farm Foods. So now I can do all the usual operating things here, the graphics, and so on and so forth. So on the Odoo side of things, at the moment we've got Fred W logged in, and what you do is, Fred has got the privileges, so what you do is you go to the home menu here, this little thing on the top left hand corner, home menu, and then settings, and there's lots of things here that you can do because Fred is a user that's got all these privileges. This is the company, units of measured, there's lots of things there, we won't go into that now, but manage users. So there are 17 users, we can manage users here, and this is a list of all of the users that we have. So if I want to create a new one, I create new. So now this time this is the name. Now the name could be Peter Walters, and this says the email address. Now it's not actually the email address, because if you put the little cursor above the question, it says use to log into your system. So what I want to I want to put in to log it in as Peter W. Here we have access rights on sales, and I can limit it to my own documents, all documents, or administrator can do anything. The same for accounting, same for maintenance, and same for manufacturing. And then if I go to preferences here, here are the preferences, so that the language, time zone, notification of various things, we'll go into that some other time, and karma is all to do with about points for training. Now if I go to action here in the top right hand corner, go to action, I can change the password. So now there's no password there, but I can put in a password, and I'm going to put in 123, change password, and that's it. his password there is set. So if we just go back to action, there are a few other things you can do if you want to delete a user, and there is two-factor authentication. We won't set that up at the moment, but you can go here to account security and you can set up two-factor authentication there if you want to do that. So that's the email. So if I can go up here to log out. That's the top right hand corner, log out, and then you can log in. Now it says email here, but this is the name that we put in here, Peter W, and the password is 123, so we can't log in. So it starts with the inbox, but if you go to here, the top left hand corner for the menu, and then go to manufacturing or whatever you're looking for. So that basically describes the user and passwords on the system. Thank you for your interest.